Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve.
Mr. Steve. Oh, you're so big.
Oh, Mr. Steve. You're much bigger in person.
More coconut oil.
Like stay wide.
Oh, Mr. Steve, you want more?
Mr. Steve, you don't have to drink it. You don't have to drink it.
You want more pad thai, Mr. Steve? Want more Thai?
I'm muting all of you. You're all muted.
More ice, Mr. Steve. Make the rice moist, Mr. Steve.
In the shadows, some doubts are fast. Yet the fire of conviction burns bright. Feeling hope making them dark.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. This is Steve Culley, the best podcast host in the universe. This is Rebel Republic, the best political talk show in all of Massachusetts and all of Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, Delaware, New York, New Jersey.
It doesn't matter.
Maine. It doesn't matter.
Thailand. Bangkok.
So this is the type of episode we're going to have. Okay.
Mexico City.
We're off to a great start.
Venezuela.
Listenership in
Cuba.
just tripled overnight.
So
Iran.
Do you think if they
I got no internet in Iran. Who's watching us in Iran?
do you think if we found
Steve, you're allowed to go to Iran now.
Dave, let me know when you make your holy journey to Jerusalem. How about that? You want to go there? You know, this is absurd. This is absurd. Your children, the both of you, your children. You're 68 years old, both of you, and I am the mature one in the room. So your children, the asshole voice of reason.
One-way ticket to Iran.
Mr. Steve, you Mossad, Mr. Steve, you Mossad.
Do you think if we found an Iranian woman who was about to be deported, and you said to her, listen,
Steve's coming to get you?
Steve's in the other room. You could either service him or be deported. What is her choice?
She's getting the hell hot deported. She's out.
I choose deportation.
Yeah.
I want to save family face.
No. I'm not Islamic anymore. Christianity, please.
I had someone on my other show comment about how fat I am. So I said, are you just saying that? I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fat would you rate me? 1 being.
Someone said that. What show? What show?
It was a show I did just
with Julius or something. Oh,
no,
okay.
The Fat Guy Show.
Yeah, on a scale, it was just me.
The show was called The Fat Guy Show. I mean, come on.
No, I said on a scale of 1 to 10, how fat do you think I am? I mean, am I redeemable? I mean, like what? 1 out of 10 being the highest.
Sure.
She said I was an 8.
Huh.
She then said,
"Oh, a woman."
Yes. She then said I had a horrible hairline. Said I need to get Rogaine. And I go, well, I mean, do I have potential? I mean, do you see any redeemable qualities? I mean, is there hope for me? And she said, you have crazy potential. She said, you need to lose a lot of weight. I said, oh, okay. Well, thank you. Any other suggestions?
That wasn't all negative. That sounds like it might have been positive.
Well, when you start off with, wow,
you have hanging around with guys.
You have a horrible hairline. I mean, that was the start of the conversation. So I just wanted to know what direction.
You sure that wasn't your conversation on Tinder?
Rate me from 1 to 10. 8 on what? Fatness. What happened? Swipe right. Damn it.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't need Tinder.
Nope.
Or anything.
You know what you need to be?
I can stick my dick in your water cooler right there.
Yeah. That's why it's been leaking for so long. You keep attacking it. You got to be easy on the water cooler. You know what you need to do? To hear some more sensible talk, reasonable talk.
Okay.
And what you do, you need to hear.
This is what you want.
2 words. Made in America. Made in America. He said it is what it is. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway. COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look,
100
years.
This is AI.
We start off with 2 words.
That has to be AI.
No, those are all Biden's.
He said this has taken 100 years for COVID.
And then he trickled off a little bit. He said, whatever. So I just bring that
give up in the middle of a speech.
I just bring that up because no matter
Whatever.
what we put out there, no matter what information we bring, whatever correct information, no matter the efforts, supposedly 81 million people voted for that because they didn't like Donald Trump at the time.
It's very sad.
Right. Because Trump was telling people to inject themselves with what's the spray?
Clorox.
Clorox,
Biden was saying,
ammonia or
Clorox works.
But he was telling he was telling him to use ivermectin, which is for horses, which is a total fallacy because ivermectin is also used in humans. So the way people have been manipulated by the media in the last 12 years of elections is astounding. That is why they didn't want him back in office. They were afraid of what he was going to do, how he was going to hammer them, expose them. Look what's happening now with the tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars in social benefits fraud around this country.
Yep.
J.D. Vance just got appointed today, or he was appointed before actually, but he'll be the lead investigator on the fraud in each state for social services. You're going to see Minnesota with 19 billion. They say California is 10 times that, at maybe 190 to 200 billion dollars of money that has been going out, and most of it was after 2019, going into 2020 and COVID. With the COVID excuse, they were allowed to milk tons of money, but they just kept it going. The last administration had shields over their eyes. Honestly, if Nick Shirley hadn't been high on this crusade of his to go and investigate a lot of these frauds,
he broke it open.
It would still probably be medium to low on the radar.
Well, this is why I had said to you, and Dave, I said this to Frank, the NCAA sent out a memo basically telling universities not to send them any charges of tampering from other schools because they can't investigate it. They don't have the bandwidth, the personnel to investigate it. So maybe Biden just didn't have the bandwidth to investigate these fraud claims.
No. You have safety checks in government. You have local representatives. You have state representatives. You have a governor. You have an attorney general in each state. You have checkpoints.
But they're on the take a lot of them.
Well, then that's the problem. That is the problem right now why the SAVE Act isn't being passed. The SAVE Act isn't being passed because you have 3 senators that will not vote for the SAVE Act. You have 2 that have always been borderline Republicans in Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. And then you have a guy who has dementia.
Stop yawning, Dave.
In Mitch McConnell. So Mitch McConnell's aides have been infiltrated by DNC money, PAC money, and they have been paid off to keep voting no on this because he's not.
They can pay for your vote.
He's drooling. That's what every representative does. They're all in on the take.
They buy your vote.
They're sending you money third party way. They're doing the Bob Menendez
that's illegal
of government service. Sure, it's illegal.
I don't like that.
But there's ways of putting it through the government and through channels that you can't find it. You can't trace it.
The back channel,
it gets laundered. Yeah. So this is the problem in this government. It's both across Republican and Democrat lines, and it's also across company lines. Companies and organizations are there to influence, to be able to control and keep power in what they're doing.
So, Dave, I wanted to ask you this because we got yelled at for not paying attention the last podcast. So we're gonna give you a lot of attention to make sure you're on the ball. President Trump just demanded a coalition to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, right? It's Hormuz.
You did a nice job on that.
Yes. While Iran attacks have spiked gas prices. How is his no nonsense America first approach already forcing allies to step up to protect American wallets better than endless wars ever did?
I don't understand the question.
What was your question?
Well, he's demanding the straight open, and there have been attacks on the prices of gas. He's taking basically America first approach already, and he wants his allies to step up.
Correct.
Whereas before, the allies have not stepped up, and there have been endless wars, i.e., Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas, all that stuff.
What was the question again?
Okay, moving on.
What was the question though?
Just what you thought about that, that he's taking an America's first approach instead of, counting on our allies to step in with the war with Iran, because gas prices have obviously spiked, and we have not had a ton of help from our allies in the coalition. And I think he's doing this, like they say, because it's America first. And he's calling on the European allies we have to step in.
I think they are going to.
They are going to. It's been 3 weeks.
Well, there's just thing, like he's going to meet with Xi Jinping too, as well, about China.
Right. But for the most part, everyone has stayed out of this. And Frank, you even said the Middle East have stayed out of backing Iran.
To my feeling, this was already a done deal when he did the tour of the Arabic states in his early presidency of 2024. So 2025. Bottom line, I think deals were made, pacts were signed, and handshakes were basically a handshake to them is better than even a piece of paper signed. They weren't going to interfere. They were actually going to promote and help however they could without standing out. That they want the Iranian regime gone.
No, they need to be gone.
It makes the Arab world no profit.
They need to be gone.
It makes the Arab world no profit. So they want them to be gone. So who better to do it than Donald Trump? There wasn't a president in 47 years that was going to step up and do what he's doing right now, because they're all scared of the consequences. I think he has the consequences actually mapped out. My only question is,
he gives a shit about
how does he eliminate the regime? Okay, you've destroyed their military capability. You may have some rogue Iranian guards that are going to fire a missile or two or drop a landmine or two or whatever it may be. But how are you going to actually physically remove the leadership that is in place? I'm sure that the plan was to have it be a grassroots movement. There were hundreds of thousands in the streets protesting. I thought Hamas and the CIA were on the ground a month and a half ago arming. It doesn't look like that, because there's been no violence or conflict in the streets besides the Iranian Guard killing its citizens.
Own people.
Right. So what I'm trying to figure out is what is the eventual end game to this? I don't think you're going to see. And
people have said that. What is Trump's end game? He keeps saying unconditional surrender.
Right.
But Dave, what do you think that means? Does he not have a clear-cut end game? I mean, is he talking about, I want legal elections to take place in Iran? What do you think? So you think that is unconditional surrender? You surrender to me. I am your king. You do as I say. I want a democracy or republic in Iran.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
and how does that happen? Without troops on the ground.
Yeah.
And without someone monitoring them, they're going to have, okay, they're in, you're right. We're going to do free elections. You got it. Sign on a piece of paper. And the next thing you know, who's controlling the elections? The government of Iran?
I don't know how it gets done, to be honest.
Well, we've murdered everyone. Like the supreme beings, the leaders, the bad leadership. Isn't most of it out? All of it out?
There's more.
There's always more.
The roots run deep on this leadership. Yeah. And the money is still there. There's still money there. Now, granted, if they want to rebuild their military, they're going to burn all that cash. But the money's still there. Listen, Iranian ships filled with oil are still exiting Iran or Iran and selling their oil. because U.S. doesn't want to stop that flow. The world needs oil, so they're making money. So I don't understand. I just don't. I know they sent 2,500 troops at Expeditionary Force just left the Marines to go there. I don't. They're in a support role. They'll be outside of the country, I'm sure. But at some point, do these guys go in? Is this what we? How? See, I don't know. And they could have been. There's no advisor that could have said, "Hey, you know what? The Venezuela blueprint is perfect to go against Iran. We'll do the same thing."
No, it's completely
he ain't
different.
just going in there and stealing, kidnapping the leader and whacking 40 or 50 guys. This is a different story.
No, this is a all out.
So I don't know. I hope they have some kind of a plan. I'm sure they do. They can't, even
they wouldn't have gone in if he didn't have a plan.
I know. And to expect anybody else to help, they haven't helped. None of these countries give a shit.
It's pathetic.
None of these countries give a shit. All they care about is how much they can milk from other people and other nations to be able to support their lifestyle.
But if the UK, Germany, France, whoever, if they were in a conflict, Dave, wouldn't they expect the U.S. to be coming to aid them, to back them, to support them?
Of course they would.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. They expect us to do the work, but what, God forbid, we ask for a little help. We ask for backing. And I don't want to get involved.
You don't think
I have to powder my pussy.
You don't think Keir Starmer in the UK is scared shitless that if the UK just sails out an aircraft carrier or some ships or whatever to help,
just going to get blown up?
No. There'll be internal terrorism to the nth degree.
Because of the Muslim infiltration.
The Muslim infiltration.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Infiltration. I mean, just overpopulation of Muslims at one time, and no checks or securities or investment. There's nothing. These people are just let in, and they live in their communities, and the police can't even go in near the communities. You don't think that they can import weapons? They can import whatever they want.
No, they can. They can for sure. Dave, Trump he's basically refused to sign another bill until the Save America Act passes, which requires the voter ID, proof of citizenship. People think this is the most pro-democracy move that we've seen in decades, and how it will lock in Republican victories throughout the midterms, especially, during the 2026 midterms. Do you believe that to be true? He's not going to sign another bill until this passes.
I'm not sure.
Frank, can he afford to?
What's that?
I was just going to say, can he afford to do that? Can he make a blanket statement saying, I'm not signing another bill until the SAVE Act passes? Save America.
He can make whatever statements he wants.
Right, but I'm saying following through on it is a different story.
Well, he's trying to get the Democrats in line.
Which they've never been in line. They're all cucks. That's why I'm saying I think making that statement is great, but the chances of the execution of it are extremely limited.
I mean, I don't. The big is the Save America Act part of the whole TSA shutdown?
No.
It
I don't even know. What is the Save America Act? I'm confused.
It requires voter ID.
Voter ID.
Oh, voter ID. The Voter ID Act.
Proof of citizenship.
Oh, okay. So what's the question again?
Trump came out and said he refuses to sign another bill until the Save America Act passes.
Democrats aren't going to vote for that.
I agree.
But we could win without them, can't we?
No, because as Frank said, there are 3 Republicans who are unwilling to cross the line.
Well, that's
part of it, but
it's passed in the House. It is stalled in the Senate.
Right.
Well, that's the problem. Those Republicans.
Right. That's where. But realistically, all 3 of them are not Republicans anymore.
Right.
No. And that's the problem. I'm not saying you have to fall totally in line, but you got to have some sense of reality. The problem is they're being paid off. There's no other version around it. You can't tell me 80% of the populace wants the SAVE Act passed. That's Democrat and Republican. 80% of the people in this country agree that some form of valid ID needs to be presented to vote. Also, they want to eliminate, or really trim down the online voting, which I think, and the ballot box voting, which is bullshit. Okay, so I agree with those two. I mean, bottom line, you got to show up, you got to make the effort, you got to get out, and you got to vote. If you can't get there, then you got to make means to get there. If it's now maybe it's also a national employer day off. Maybe the employers can give you a day off so you can go stand in line for a few hours and vote, or you get paid. Maybe you get paid a non-working paid day. Whatever it is, I want to eliminate all the excuses. I'm tired of them putting up fallacies of why people can't go out to the polls and vote. Okay, and
how it's always been done.
Yeah, it's ridiculous
for 200 years.
But the bottom line is here, and I know that they're this all stems from the left wanting to eliminate ICE. Okay, they can't because the funding for ICE goes until 2029. That's already been signed into law. So bottom line now, their next recourse is Department of Homeland Security. They'll try, since the Border Patrol and all that, they'll try to take that down. And that's what they're doing now. They're holding on to that angle. Well, TSA is part of DHS. And so them not voting for this bill is holding everything up. I was in Fort Lauderdale yesterday. I flew back yesterday from Fort Lauderdale. The TSA lines,
oh my God,
were insane. Now, granted, and people make great points. It's spring break.
Yeah,
totally understood.
But the NCAA tournament is also.
But it's spring break, and it was 4:30 in the morning, and we were looking to get cleared for a 6 o'clock flight, and it took an hour and 15 minutes to get through.
You barely made it through,
right? And the thing is that. Yes, I know it's spring break, but normally they're prepared for spring break. Every TSA line will have someone there to check you in. This airport had 2 lines out of 6 that were working. They don't have the agents. The agents are not coming to work because they're not getting paid. I don't care what anybody wants to say about it. Well, if you're defending it and saying, "Oh no, it's spring break," and it's always like this when I go there all you're doing is you're taking a side. I'm not taking a side. I want these senators to get their shit together, pass the damn budget, and get these people paid. I thanked almost every TSA person that was working there yesterday. I felt terrible for them, and they're being squeezed, and people are upset, and they're taking their shit out on these TSA agents, which is totally wrong. And the lines are long, and it took time, and you got to get cleared. And you want to get cleared, but this government needs to stop, especially the left needs to stop with the gerrymandering of what Republicans are putting up.
That's the biggest problem,
right? But because they're trying to make a stand. Here's the stand.
What's the stand? Their stand is against the American people. That's what their stand is.
What's
gerrymandering mean?
To fix it.
No, I know that, but what they really are making a stand is against the American people,
right?
Because if they're against Trump and he was voted into president, and they're just going and taking stand, they're taking a stand against the American people, what the American people want.
What most of the American people, 53% or 54% have voted for him, yes. But here's the thing, is that this are taking out on Trump. But if they want really a repercussion thing, the midterms are going to change the landscape of politics right now, because 90% of the time, you lose control in the House,
right?
In midterm elections, there's going to be a 30 politician swing in the House. Where it swings, who knows? But most likely, the Democrats will have control of the House. When that happens, there ain't shit getting done in this country for 2 years.
Oh.
Okay, and so that's why Trump is ramming down all these things down everyone's throat so fast. Venezuela, Cuba, Iran, this bill, that bill, immigration, wall. Security, overseas deals, tariffs. He's jamming them in now because, and he knows in 2 years, in another year, less than a year, he's not going to have that kind of authority and control to be able to pull these things off without a lot more, pushback. So I see where everything's coming from right now. I know what they're trying to do, but don't slow up the American public. The American public doesn't give a shit if you're worried about, making a good stand so you get a vote in November when the midterm elections are. The American public needs to fucking get home when they're flying. They need to pay their bills when the bills are due at the end of the month.
National
they need to live. Yeah, everything. So I think the priorities really have to change in the Democratic Party. They won't, because a lot of them are they're just whiners. They're just whiners. Put your point across. If you can't get nothing accomplished now, wait 8 months and you're going to get something accomplished.
Yeah,
they're just happy with their term, being able to serve forever. There's no term limit. It's ridiculous what they do. Dave, Trump has already delivered more victories and done more in the 14 months than Biden did in his 4 years. If you had to name one victory that stands out most to you, basically is the comeback of America, which of those things that he's done would stand out most as a victory?
I mean, he's had a lot of victories. I don't know. I think creating accountability across the American government is probably the number one thing that he's done. And he's trying to make everybody accountable for what the decisions are, including his own decisions and what the impact is. And I think that's the biggest thing that he's brought back to it, an efficiency, an attempt at efficiency and attempt at accountability. That's what the American people want within their government. And I think that's what he's done. I mean, if you're talking to a specific, he's done a lot of things that are really good. I mean, I think, listen, taking out Maduro, people, because foreign affairs, people don't really know that much about foreign affairs and how it impacts America. But taking him out, ultimately, Iran, if they can execute on what they want to do, yes, it will help Americans' safety. Listen, America domestically has to get a level of accountability for all Americans, because part of the issue is, you saw what happened in D.C. These kids going to Frank. Did you see that?
Yeah, they were it was almost like a riot in a park out there, right by the Navy, the shipyard.
Yeah, Navy shipyard. Right, a nice neighborhood where hundreds and hundreds of kids went in there fighting and all this kind of stuff, and the accountability will eventually give those kids that are really lost now, really because of all the policies in the past. They don't know the way to go. You know what I mean? So there needs to be accountability in America. I mean, I feel like there's a reckoning coming between which is maybe a little bit alarming, between people who are the haves and have-nots. And so I think Trump trying to create an accountability is going to help those situations. Like, you do something, you got to have to be accountable. Problem is, along with the leftist policies, is they don't want any accountability for anything. Okay, and Trump is trying to rein that in, and as that gets more and more reined in, you're going to have conflicts, because people have gotten too used to just marching down the street and do whatever the fuck they want. Like,
with no repercussions.
Listen, you're allowed to protest, but you're not allowed, you're not allowed to go chase after people that are different. You're not allowed to walk around with IEDs, I mean, you're not allowed to do those things. Those things are not free speech. Those things are threats to American citizens. And New York City is my prime example, and DC is obviously probably another example. The leftist cities in America are a cancer to the American way of living. The way that they execute in a lot of American cities with a leftist agenda, first of all, doesn't help those children, doesn't help those kids have an opportunity for success, and makes it automatically declares them as a victim who can never be successful. And when that happens, when you declare yourself a victim and convince people long enough that they're a victim, they play the role. And when people play the role of the victim, and you've been told it enough, all that happens is that they're going to play the role excessively. And some people start to play the role. When young people play the role, you have a group of people who are lost in society, who don't know where to turn. And that's why we have to have much more accountability within our government. I agree with that, Frank. Both Republican and Democrat. I mean, it's not just, Democrat side, but both Republican and Democrat. So I have a very big, there's a big thing going on right now within the Republican Party, too, between the loudmouth social media people who are conservatives versus other conservatives on social media that are like social media newscasting, and they're trying to like, I think Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, and now all of a sudden Megyn Kelly, they're like trying to tear apart the Trump government without saying his name because they don't have the balls to say his name.
They would never.
Yes. So they're trying to utilize like blame it, like get Americans to blame Israel for things when Trump has made these decisions. And I agree with Trump, the overwhelming majority of Trump's decisions, but he's accountable as the president for decisions he's making with respect to war. And these people are dancing around it because they don't want Trump to be mad at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but they're trying to
100%.
divide the Republican Party. In my opinion, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to divide the Republican Party, and that's the same thing. That's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened to the Democrats. Okay, why the Democrats have such a problem in the leftist world, and the Republicans. Everyone can have different opinions. No problem with that. But outwardly attacking different groups because you have disagreeing things. That's exactly what the leftists do. So no one's immune to these kind of things. You know what I mean? Like, no one's immune. Everybody can have their opinions, but when you're out attacking people, I just think that that's what Trump's doing, and that's why everybody on all sides need to be on high alert because he's bringing accountability back. You say something, you're accountable for your actions. You want to go after people, you want to make false claims of this or that, you're going to be accountable.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that about what Trump is doing. You know what I mean? Not saying everybody, I mean, as a Republican, I agree with almost a lot of the things, but I'm not saying I agree with everything that he does. But I just think that part's needed in our society, not just our government. I mean, Trump's out.
In life, in all aspects of life.
We need it. We have a big problem on our hands because we'll be England very quickly. That's who we were originally colonists of and we broke free from. And, and if we don't get accountable to what we're going to do, we could have a lot of the issues that we have to have. The society has to be a Judeo-Christian based society in order for the republic to work in the way that it can. It does not mean that there is a freedom. There should be freedom of religion, but it's got to be based in those principles. I don't care if someone's Muslim I don't care as long as they adhere to the American way of living. It does not bother me. You know what I mean? Everyone has a different way of, I don't care if you're Hindu, whatever you are. But those grounded principles, even if someone is not in that religion, has allowed the republic to thrive. And once if that goes away, we'll be no different than the nations we broke away from.
Agreed.
Frank, immigration enforcement clearly has been working. We've deported 2.6 million people. Homicide rates we talked about have been the lowest since the 1900s. Communities are safer. The economy is slowly rising. What would you say is the next bold step for Trump to finish this mission for the 2026 midterms to go in his favor? Or do you think he's done enough to win in his favor for the midterms?
No, I think, I mean, it's an eventuality that's going to change. It always does. You got to go with history. What could he do? And it's hard. I don't know what directly he could do. It's not like he can set a law
right
and lower the prices across the board, lower the cost of living. I mean, to an extreme amount. People want an extreme amount. People have had enough. They can't afford it. So, but what could he do? He would have to attack the cost of living. Fuel will come back down once this skirmish is over. Okay, fuel will come back down. So that's good. If it's in the twos, your gas, all right, you've done that. Food prices, how do you get those to come down? That I don't know how to work on that. Rent. I know he's signing bills right now. He's signing bills on new home building.
Yeah,
where they're taking away a lot of the regulations.
Yeah,
they're taking away. But whether you take away the regulations or not affordable housing.
Oh,
They're just taking away the regulations, so it's easier for these companies to build it faster. They don't have to go through the hoops of approval to be able to start putting up homes. The problem is the homes are still going to cost a lot. It costs a lot to build a home now because everything is up. Stainless steel used to be like
it's
40, 50,
absurd
60
to
bucks a
build.
sheet. Now a good gauge stainless steel is like a couple $100 a sheet. So, you're looking at cost of living increases that are way higher than what they were from 5 or 6 years ago. And people are comparing them to that. I don't know how he does that. I would think a Federal Reserve that would lower the interest rates right away, that would help because now you can borrow money a lot easier and cheaper. I think that would help a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think more in-depth looks into how to purchase food for this country, how to bring in products that may be comparable and cheaper as well, because there are a lot of countries that want to sell and we want to buy. So if the price is right and we can lower costs along the board, I would start buying from different sources as well. It's food, it's housing, medical. You know what? I'm going to take that back for a second. If he got healthcare straightened out before the midterms, that could save the change that would come in the midterm elections.
Healthcare would be a huge thing.
Right. I bypassed that. I missed it totally on the top of my head. But yeah, healthcare would be a huge thing. Imagine just getting something where it's affordable for everyone. I see stories online, and I mean, I pay like $2,600 a month for healthcare. Okay, for my family. It's me, my wife, and my son, and it's a Blue Cross policy, like a silver plan. Right? It's not it's not the best, but it's pretty good. I see people, they have 3 kids and a husband and a wife, and they got to pay like $4,500, and they have thousands of dollars of deductible before they get stuff covered, and they still got to pay for visits. $40 primary, $70 hospital. I mean, I don't know how people can afford this. It's outrageous.
They can't.
If he could come up with a plan of let's take money from here. Here's the fund, and let's fund this thing. Let's combine with the money that goes into Medicaid, and let's fund it across the board, right? And now everyone's covered when you go in. That would be huge.
I think it would be huge.
Dave, I wanted to see, did you see 60 Minutes last night saying that they were putting in and cracking down on AI regulations?
I didn't see it, no.
So I saw
people still watch 60 Minutes.
I saw a couple people put this on Facebook because AI searches just about everything. You have to put out there that you don't want AI searching and knowing your private information, and put it on social media or whatever and make it public. And apparently it will prevent it from being searchable. They're cracking down on all these regulations because AI is getting to the point of being somewhat used and abused, more so in schools, even with papers being written by AI and all this other stuff. But I couldn't believe it when I heard that part of it, that they were talking about AI. You have to go out and publicly say, I don't want AI using any of my information. I don't want to be associated with AI. I don't want to be looked up on AI. And that's what it was talking about, because there are so many companies out there being funded and are on the market right now and being sold because AI is the new fad. Everyone thinks people are going to get rich off of AI. So a legal spokesperson advised to us basically to post this notice. This AI violation of privacy can be punishable by law. Facebook Meta is now a public entity. Every member must post a note like this. If you do not publish a statement at least once, it will technically be understood that you are permitting the use of your photos as well as your information contained in your profile status updates. So I've seen several posts like this. I hereby declare that I do not give Facebook Meta my permission to use any of my personal data. And I do not give AI permission to look at my internet presence, period. I do not agree to let anyone offer me AI without my specific authorization or permission.
Well, they probably are still doing it.
And it had to be copied and pasted to your.
You can copy and paste it all you want.
I'm sorry, Dave. Dave, I didn't mean to put you to sleep. I'm sorry.
With respect to the AI part, like what's the question?
I don't think you can stop it. I really don't.
What's the question though? What was your question on it?
What your thoughts were on it, because they're saying Facebook Meta is considered a business, and if you use any information procured from Facebook, Instagram, off of people's profiles, it's punishable by law. You can be punished by it, prosecuted for it. So that's what I was asking you, your thoughts, because you have been a big proponent of AI, and they're trying to crack down on regulations because a lot has been found out about people. A lot has been exposed about people.
They have to listen. They've got to make certain things secure.
But there's no way to.
Well, personal information, they're going to have something from that standpoint. But if you voluntarily give them that personal information, I don't know what legal liability they have.
Because when you make a Facebook profile, you put your name, you put your age, you put your relationship status, you put a lot of times relatives, family members, and you post pictures and things.
Well, if you put like names and emails and addresses and ask it to make you a spreadsheet, okay, you're putting in this private information into AI. So. Right. So we're all doing it a lot without even knowing it. I don't.
The 60-minute segment said it's they can prosecute it now, and they're planning on doing more of it, investigations into it. If someone comes in and complains that so-and-so posted my pictures, so-and-so posted my information that I had posted on social media. When I had
it's never going to get prosecuted.
I don't think it's ever going to get prosecuted either. It would.
It's just a minor.
It would completely clog up the dockets and waste 100% of the time. Yeah. So you do agree with that?
Yeah.
Would you, if basically the framers of the Constitution, the people who started our country, came back today and saw what was happening around us, what do you think their thoughts would be?
I think they go right to the strip club, say fuck it.
We tried.
They had brothels.
We tried our best.
We did our best. They have brothels. Fucking let's go.
We
gave it our best shot.
We fought with muskets. We dropped our blood on the ground of this country, and you guys went and fucked it up.
George Washington would be like, "We can go to Vegas now." Wow.
We didn't have this back then.
We didn't have this back then. See you guys later.
Right. We used to hang out with Captain Hook.
So there wouldn't be like outrage of what the country's become. They'd just be like,
Ben Franklin would be the first one and the best brothel you can get himself next to.
And Thomas Jefferson, I mean, he'd be with all the black women. He loved them. Yeah. He loved the sisters.
Yeah.
He'd immediately move to Baton Rouge.
He would go to Black Spring Break.
So he'd be hanging out with Lane Kiffin and Lil Boosie at the Lil Boosie concert. You know,
so there really would be no outrage. I mean, it'd just be, we tried our best. 250 years later,
you know what? John Adams would still be stuck protesting in Massachusetts.
Yeah. No.
He'd still be stuck. George Washington be on some farm somewhere, and Thomas Jefferson would be in Louisiana. He'd be like, "I made such a great purchase. I'm going to spend all my time here."
Right.
And then Benjamin Franklin will move to Vegas, and he'll just hang out and like with the showgirls and stuff.
Well, there wouldn't be like utter.
They might still be doing policy. They still might be our best policy makers, but that's what they'd be doing.
Alexander Hamilton, hear ye, did he pee? Bust out the baby oil.
Bust out the baby.
You think Alexander Hamilton was in the baby oil?
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh,
on the plantations.
I never thought that far across.
And then De Lafayette would be calling Steve Culley up because he's French,
Right?
And they like
and gay.
Where's Steve Culley? Where is the Culley man?
Hear ye.
If
he's so big and handsome,
came out of the
so
closet
big and handsome,
and said I was gay, I'd be judged by being around two homophobes. Apparently.
Oh, could ye find the ogre named Culley of Steve?
Yes. So many of the Democrats with midterms approaching have said Trump has lost his mind.
Yeah.
He's suffering from fatigue.
Right.
Where would Abe Lincoln be right now?
Abe Lincoln? I don't know. That's a great question.
He'd be at the movie theater. How about that? He'd be at a movie theater. He'd be watching IMAX.
I bet you he wouldn't be sitting up top. He wouldn't be sitting up top in the private area.
He wouldn't be in the balcony. No.
I think Abe Lincoln would be hanging out with Trump. He still want to have his hand in the mix.
Yeah. You don't want to let that go. Trump would let him do the speaking. If Trump would let Abe Lincoln do the speaking,
no one would understand.
These 4 years would be like fantastic.
Yes,
right?
Abe Lincoln, you are in charge of my communication.
Well, I thought it was great when he attacked our own Olympians who said they weren't proud to represent the country. He called a couple of them losers and this and that. I mean, he just. I wish I could. I pretty much do, but I mean, he really says what's on his mind.
Abe Lincoln, he'd be like, we're going to start wars like nobody has ever seen before.
Yes. You think we had wars before.
Right. 407 aircraft carriers later.
Well, Abe Lincoln didn't technically.
Abe Lincoln would be like, where did you get all these weapons?
God, we had to pull cannons with horses. We were using heavy metal balls to shoot out of cannons.
We would have taken the South in one day if we had these weapons.
Right, imagine that.
But wasn't Truman the one that dropped the atomic bomb?
Truman did drop 2 bombs.
Yeah, so yes. I mean, I think he would be the most excited about having the weapons.
Truman?
Yeah.
Well, he's more modern, though. He's still in the modern era. I'm talking about the guys, everything was a farm back then, other than Charleston was a big city, hasn't grown size-wise in population since the 1800s.
Right.
No.
Same thing with Richmond.
No, I agree.
Like Gerald Custer. If I had a couple of missile interceptors, I would have wiped those Indians right out.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say that.
Why?
They're Native Americans.
Oh, I'm sorry. They weren't Indians?
They're Native Americans.
Oh, okay.
Although the Native Americans probably, could you imagine if you gave
Sitting Bull a tomahawk?
You gave Sitting Bull an IED.
IED, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You know how many young bucks would be ready to strap an IED to their chest and run into the caravan of carriages over there? That'd be awesome.
We're taking out those Englishmen now.
So with the midterms coming up, all the liberals and Democrats, their only real argument is Trump is a fascist. Trump is a Nazi.
Yeah, taking away democracy.
That's their response to everything. Do they have any legitimate responses, and do they have any legitimate leadership that could unite the party?
Me? No, not right now. I think they're still fragmented because they're still arguing over each other as to what section of the Democratic Party should be able to take charge. There's been several to step up, but none to be able to declare because the support isn't an overflowing one. And they're all talking about the spunk of AOC, the good looks of Gavin Newsom, the middle of the road Shapiro.
What is the spunk of AOC?
Oh, she's out there yelling and screaming all the time.
She's loud. Yeah.
She's loud. She's spunky. They love that. See, they want.
Oh, I was thinking
they want someone. They've come to realize that Donald Trump, with his yelling and screaming, has captured 2 presidencies in this country.
I don't think he yells and screams.
He does. He yells. He screams. He insults with his insults. With his insults.
Very good insulter.
With his
very quick.
With his non-political demeanor, they realize that this sumbitch has something going on. We all thought we had to hug and kiss each other like Obama. And it's like, my God, so now who's coming out? Jasmine Crockett, the AOC and her group over there.
Jackson Crock got lost.
I know, which is totally. That's how they betrayed themselves in the party.
Yes.
They realized that with the yeller and the screamer, they can't win, so they had to go and elect the other guy to be able to fight for that seat for the Democrats. They realize he's a Christian and he's a little more center lined, and
he's got the sexual prowess of Caligula.
Well, listen, whatever it is, I don't know, but they went and they went behind Crockett's back.
Are you scratching your head, Dave?
Yeah, I got a head scratcher.
You look like you just got electrocuted.
Oh my God, is that a pick? It's a hair pick.
No, I've seen those. I use that on my balls.
Oh, I can imagine.
So Dave, I'm going to ask you a lightning style question.
Okay.
I need like one word answer.
Okay.
For Democrats, how they would respond.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, how you would respond to these words. Democrats.
Idiots.
That's close to what Frank said. Inflation.
Sucks.
Border.
Enforced.
Woke.
Losers.
Pretty much two of the same four answers.
Ask me the same questions when you're done.
Frank,
go ahead. Yeah.
Democrats.
Retards.
Oh, now that changed. Okay.
No, I said that.
No, that's not what you said.
What did I say?
You said losers.
Losers. Yeah. Okay.
Inflation.
Yeah. Losers.
Border.
Losers.
And woke.
Retards.
Oh, they're retards. So two of your answers changed.
Two changed. You're right.
Okay.
You know what? Woke is an insult to retarded people because retarded people.
Woke is an insult to retarded people.
Oh my God, Dave!
Wow,
Dave! Remember our shirt
retarded
idea?
People are much better people than that.
We got to put that on a shirt.
That's a shirt right there. Woke is an insult to
retarded people.
Woke is an insult to retarded people.
Dave has a website with memorabilia. Dave, find out how much it would cost us to get a couple hundred shirts made saying that. And
wait, was it woke is what? Woke is an insult.
Insult to retarded people.
Retarded people, yeah. I don't know if you can say that, but
or we could use the politically correct word, which is what mentally challenged people. It's not. It doesn't sound as good.
Right. It doesn't. See, that's the whole thing. They don't get it. It's called the word retard. Okay, it means delay. Everything is in delay a little bit, so you're a little slower. But that doesn't mean you're not a good person. That doesn't mean you don't have abilities. It doesn't mean you don't have a place.
They really are great people. Actually, great.
They are. They're
loving people.
They're loving, great people.
If we were all retarded,
kids that have Down syndrome and stuff, they're
oh my God, awesome.
They're the greatest kids ever. The greatest. They're the most loving, greatest kids ever. And that's why it's an insult to them. It's insulting to them because woke people couldn't hold their jock.
You look like Benjamin Franklin with your hair right now.
Benjamin Franklin and me would be good friends.
You think you'd be good friends with Benjamin Franklin?
Yes.
What exactly would you speak about? What have you invented?
I'd ask him about what Quakership really means.
Quakership? What does it really? What does it mean?
Great question. What makes the Quakers different than other Christian religions?
Quaker? I'm asking. What the hell's a Quaker?
It's an oat.
No, it's not fair. This is I'm asking. I have to look up the Quakers.
I'm done, Dave. I can't do this no more.
What's a Quaker? I demand to know.
Yep.
You can't get that from me.
Quaker oats.
I know the Quakers
were
It
religion.
was an actual religion. Oh, okay. The Religious Society of Friends. Oh, it's a Protestant movement founded by George Fox. You ever heard of him?
I think he runs the Fox Network.
George Fox runs the Fox Network. So we did get numerous responses last week A couple calling Dave and I the fattest podcast duo around.
Yeah, throw me in. What do you got now?
Yeah, I know. But people were somewhat perturbed and actually offended that Trump took the meeting about allegedly saving college sports while we were in this battle with Iran.
Takes a meeting on everything. He'll meet with anybody.
At any time. He doesn't care what's going on.
He's the art of the deal guy.
Yep.
You don't think there was anything wrong?
No. What is it? 2 minutes of his time? All right? Do you think he's 24/7 looking at what's going on in Iran right now? No.
Well, I don't think he.
No, he gets the updates. I don't think he sleeps. He gets the updates. They give him the updates 3, 4, 5 times a day. Maybe he's got to pick up the phone and talk to somebody from another country and say, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? But bottom line, I'm sure he's got national issues. He's got local issues, international issues. He's got terrorism.
President.
He's
it all on.
He's got to be available for everything. Unless you want to compare him to Joe Biden. When for Joe Biden, you need to have a 6-month appointment to get in there, and you can only come in between the hours of 11 and 1 in the afternoon because after that he's got to take nap time.
He needs a nap. He needs his nap.
He needs his ice cream.
How do people insult and say that Donald Trump is slowing down?
They say that he's
the guy's
losing
all over the guy's all over the freaking world.
Jane Fonda is mainly.
She's an idiot.
Fonda's an idiot.
She's been an idiot since she was sitting on an anti-aircraft gun in Vietnam, supporting the enemy as our kids were out there fighting and dying.
She sat on a gun
supporting the Viet Cong, for God's sakes.
Exactly.
She's a nut job.
Are we? Let me make sure.
The only reason Ted Turner entertained her is because he probably thought she had a nice. He probably thought she had a nice badge.
Yeah.
Well, are we saying sitting on a gun like she stuck the gun up there?
No. She sat on an anti-aircraft
If Jane Fonda wasn't hot at one point in her life, no one would even pay attention to her.
You don't consider hot for an 80-year-old?
No. Who cares?
Oh, okay.
I'm curious what she looks like now.
Oh, she looks pretty good. I mean, she's definitely got a lot of Botox, but who doesn't? Dave, I had to tell you because this was so disappointing. She starred in
some of the worst movies of all time.
Yep.
She did star on Golden Pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that with the guy from Grapes of Wrath. Fonda, that Fonda guy. No, or Henry Lee. What the hell was his name?
Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda,
their father.
Her father was a great actor. He was a cowboy, big cowboy actor.
Oh, I loved Henry Fonda. I didn't know that was a
great actor.
Well, what happened to her?
Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda.
Henry Fonda raised a loon. That's what happened.
That's all it happens. What are you gonna do?
I mean, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure my parents ask themselves that every day.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Yeah, your parents ask themselves it 24 hours a day.
I'm sure they ask themselves.
But they love you still the same.
What the fuck is Steve doing now?
The effort and energy I put in Friday when we did our Bloodlines and Betrayal.
You did a great job.
Here we go.
On the Corey Richards trial. And
yes.
And you were falling asleep and not paying attention and not really interested. But
the blonde lady.
She's not blonde, but you listened to some of it. And I said, Dave, you are the jury foreman. With the evidence presented to you, you have to go back. You're leading the jury.
I think I said not guilty.
You said not guilty. I said not guilty. The closing arguments were made today. The jury deliberated for a couple hours. What do you think they came back with?
Not guilty.
Guilty.
They came back with guilty. Wow. Okay. So you didn't give me all the evidence then. You didn't give me all the evidence.
I gave you.
Not give me all the evidence. If they came back guilty, when you presented it, because you're overly empathetic to these women in these cases.
I told you.
All of them.
Life insurance policies.
The guy, the cop was in the snow. The car ran into her.
That's Karen Reed.
Yeah.
That's different. She didn't do it.
Right. Yeah, she didn't do it.
She didn't.
Yeah, she did it.
It was proven by science that she didn't do it.
Science is bullshit.
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you find yourself overly empathetic to women?
No, I think women are the devil. I think she did it.
I think you're overly empathetic to women, and I'll tell you why.
You're 100% wrong.
because you're a nice offensive lineman.
Yeah, because we didn't get laid a lot, but I have forgotten.
No, I didn't say that because there were offensive linemen that did get laid a lot.
Yeah,
but I would say that I would say that you probably got along with girls very well. You know what I'm saying? Because
you
were. I'm not saying you didn't have sex or didn't. I'm sure you did.
Ask Maria.
But I'm saying you were probably you were probably a lovable, huggable guy.
Yeah, a lovable, huggable guy. Yeah.
I'm not saying that you didn't have, you weren't the man. You might have been the man, but I'm just saying.
I might have been.
Steve,
I'm just saying everybody has a different thing that they leverage to be the man, and you were the lovable, huggable, empathetic to women guy.
Okay.
Which works,
First of all, that is not true.
Worked to your advantage. It worked to your advantage.
You're my best friend.
No, that doesn't work like that.
On.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, you know nothing.
You're my best friend. Why are you trying to enter me?
I know. Help, please. Someone call the cops.
Why are you trying to enter me?
There's a 320-pound guy on top of me. I can't move.
I thought we were friends, Steve. No.
Enter me?
I only wanted you to touch it. Get off of me.
Enter me? First of all, you don't know anything about the Karen Reed case.
Right.
Second of
she's
all.
She's guilty. Go ahead.
No, she's not guilty.
Who cares?
Do you know who Arca is?
Orca? Yeah, Orca was a whale. There's a story about that. I think I work at Marineland.
Arca?
No.
Arca.
No.
Arca is the leading accident reconstructionist in the world.
Who cares?
Arca was hired by her insurance company.
Of course. They don't want to pay.
No, they were an independent. They were not hired by the prosecution or the defense.
Why would her insurance company come and help her unless there was something to be sued off of?
Because they the civil lawsuit.
Yeah. They want money.
Okay. Well, Arca was hired, and they're scientists.
Yeah, sure they are.
The science proves John O'Keefe, her boyfriend at the time, was never struck by a vehicle.
Never.
Nope.
He just ran out into the middle of Snowbank and hung out there.
No, you've never seen the autopsy.
I don't even know the autopsy. I could care less.
The autopsy photos look like bites on his arm.
Yeah.
And
so he ran out in the snow, bit himself, and then jumped in the snow.
He didn't go. Okay. He entered the house and he got beat up by the people in the house.
Why?
Because one of the guys there wanted to bang Karen Reed.
There you go. Set up.
She hated the guy. She didn't want to fuck the guy.
Right. So then why would the guy hammer his other friend who was coming to the party?
Because he was in love with Karen Reed, and he wanted to make sure John came to the house. He beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then he threw his body in the snow.
And you believe that?
She was found not guilty twice.
It's fallacies. It always falls through like that.
It always falls through like that.
You cry.
You don't even listen to the goddamn
cry,
evidence.
You plead. You bat your eyes
she
as a woman.
She didn't do any of that.
Yeah, you do. You bat your eyes as a woman. She's a good-looking girl. They're like, oh my God, we'll let her off. The poor thing. She's suffering so much right now. And then, meanwhile, the guy's dead.
Yes, and she had nothing to do with it. She dropped them off at the party and left.
Of course she did.
Okay. So you do research on Karen Reed.
I could care less about Karen Reed.
Well, you say she's guilty.
Of course she is.
Well, she's been found not guilty twice.
I make up my mind in seconds. I don't need a long case.
Seconds.
All I hear is the name and the situation of a guy dying and a woman being involved. Guilty. Guilty.
So, had you been the king of England at any time?
No guy in good health. Okay, no guy in good health. When there's a woman involved, is just dropping dead because the woman.
He didn't drop dead. He got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah. They did by someone.
He had a skull fracture.
Who set up? She fucking ran him over.
I cannot deal with the willful ignorance.
What I'm trying to say is that case was who cares? Who cares?
This case is different.
Nobody cares.
Everyone cares.
You're like Nancy Grace.
Everyone cares.
You're like that Nancy Grace that goes on that goes, oh my God, the defendant and the public and the prosecutor and who gives a shit?
Nancy Grace, first of all, is 99% on the prosecution side.
But who cares? These things are irrelevant. Study up on world politics.
I'm bringing it up because Dave and I
know Hormuz is. Know how to pronounce it.
I am bringing it up because Dave and I had a discussion.
Quakers are. Know who the Quakers are, for Christ's sakes.
I know who Martin Luther is.
Yeah, you do. Who is he?
He was the Lutheran guy. He wrote the 10 things. He wrote He did. He wrote the 10 things.
The 10 things. Excuse me, can someone pass me the 10 things, please?
He created the Lutheranism.
Hey, Moses, I'm giving you the 10 things.
No,
Here are the 10 things, Moses.
Yes, yeah, the commandments.
Dave, I brought it up because Dave and I had a lengthy discussion Friday. He refused to pay attention. He listened to some of the evidence, and he would not give me an answer. He hemmed and he hawed. He would not give me an answer on her guilt. And I said, Dave, you're the foreman of this jury. You're going in there right now with the evidence I just gave you. How are you voting?
You gave me false evidence, though. You led the witness.
I did not give you false evidence. None of the evidence I gave you.
Since she was named guilty, she was guilty.
She was found guilty. Yeah. She was found guilty. I thought she would have been found guilty because she was very unliked by the jury. I thought the judge was biased, and there was a lot of things the prosecution
the viewership just dropping off the face of the earth because you're talking about this garbage of an.
Yes, people don't care.
They don't care.
They want to hear about Ben Franklin going to Las Vegas and what club he was going.
Yeah. And me having little boys over at the house.
To the bunny ranch and sticking a kite up some girl's ass.
Hey, you want to play Nintendo, little boy?
Hey, let me show you. Let me show you how.
Steve, stop there. You're gonna get arrested.
Let me show you how Ben Franklin at the bunny ranch. Let me show you how electricity works. I'm gonna stick my tongue on your clitoris, and you get that little zing every so often. There's a spark. There's a little hey, that's it.
Okay, so I will just say this:
Ben Franklin was known to be promiscuous with
Thomas Jefferson.
How bad?
Yeah, there's kind of a difference though. Like Ben, he owned the people he was promiscuous with, Thomas Jefferson.
Well, yeah,
Ben Franklin was having sex with women that were doing it under their free will.
Well, because he was smart. It was a brainiac. He had a huge head.
Was he a good-looking guy when he was younger? Because man, I don't know.
He was, but as an old guy, he's still getting it because he's the richest man in the world.
He was.
All I saw was him flying a kite. The pictures then it didn't look too good.
Well, he looked like Dave right now. He got struck.
Right.
All right.
He was like a big apple. He was built like an apple.
Dave, I just want to ask you again. We are going into mid-March. Do you believe elements of this government shutdown is going to be resolved soon?
I don't know. I don't see any sign from the Democrats.
How can we go 4 months? That's a quarter of the year in a government shutdown, Frank.
Well, it's only a segment. Everything else is
a segment. It's a quarter of the year.
No. It's only a segment of the government that is shut down.
I know, but more and more are going to get shut down.
So listen, it's at the point now where usually somebody breaks. So you just got to wait for somebody to break. Somebody will break. They do all the time.
Who do you think is going to break?
I don't. It won't be the Republicans.
Okay.
It won't be the Republicans.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
That's all I'm saying. It won't be the Republicans.
That's all I want to know. Okay, Dave, next week, the war in Iran. Is it going to be any closer to unconditional surrender? Like the little boys unconditionally surrender?
All right, stop, Steve. Come on.
After what you and Frank say. Now
you're starting to sound like. Now you really are sounding like a pedophile, and I'm a little nervous.
So you're a little uncomfortable. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry if
you're making me uncomfortable.
Okay.
And the next week's episode of The Boys from Bangkok, Steve will be riding his scooter into Pattaya to check out the lady boys.
Pattaya. So, Dave,
Steve
war
gets arrested.
Is the war going to have some unconditional surrender, or will it still be ongoing during this period?
I think it will be ongoing still.
Really? God damn. And Frank, you think so too, but you think it's because they don't have obviously a leader to put into place.
Well, I think the son was put in leader. I think he's dead. Remember, you know what else I heard? I heard they didn't want to give him the leadership because he's gay.
Yeah, that was true.
That's crazy.
Shocker.
Yeah,
that would crush the entire Sharia law structure. You
always say gays for Pakistan or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
So
there's gays there.
There's gays everywhere.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? They need to stay.
Okay. The new flag for Iran is a rainbow.
Death to Americans. Death to America.
Death to America.
Oh my God.
Death to Israel.
That's to Israel. That's to America.
Never trust a Jew.
Sharia
No.
law.
No.
Sharia law.
All right. And then do you think because
Women no longer can you show anything. Everything's covered. And by the way, we're going to now cut off all your air supply. So it's just all men.
Oh, man. Hello.
Yep.
All men.
Frank, can we go to Provincetown?
3 snaps.
Yeah.
Provincetown.
Steps.
Isn't that the gay place?
That is a very gay.
So
section of
apparently
this
I'd
country.
fit in well there, right?
Provincetown, you would be the mayor of Provincetown. They would walk in and welcome you. They'd have a parade like they did for Trump over in Saudi Arabia. The gay white horses would be coming out of the caves of Provincetown. And they would line up the streets for you. They would be throwing baskets of fruit and berries at you as you walk down the street. They would
It's
welcome
Steve
you
Culley.
with silk blankets and
I'd be worshipped.
and hot cocoa as you come into Provincetown.
Why hot cocoa?
It just sounds warming. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I was just curious. And then, Dave, do you think everything that's been going on with obviously the war, the Save America Act, do you think this is going to have positive influence in the 2026 midterm elections if this gets done? The Save Act gets passed. We end up overthrowing the government in Iran and, putting someone in power that we can trust.
I think so.
Frank?
What was the question?
Question was,
If we
Steve, is Steve
we're
going
not-
to Thailand or South Korea first?
No, the question was if we
And does he go to the female brothels or the male ones?
I'm going to go to the trans ones. Actually, I want them big. I want the big dick.
That's a
eaters.
twist. We
That's
didn't
what I
expect
want.
that
Yeah.
one. We didn't expect
Yeah,
that.
I want the trannies all day. Frank, so if we
Sorry.
does that say raping man?
No.
Okay. If the Save Act gets passed,
Yeah.
we overthrow the government in Iran. They unconditionally surrender.
Yeah.
Do the Republicans take the 2026 midterms?
I still say no because
You still say no.
I follow history's trend, and history's trend is no matter what, it flips. The house will flip. But the points that David said is, medical, we can
the healthcare, you said.
You get something big that impacts the entire country. See, a lot of these things right now, immigration only impacts half of the country.
2.6 million people.
Illegal immigration only impacts half of the country because half of the country understand what it does and half of the country are more empathetic.
Because they don't have the illegals.
This war only impacts half of the country.
Right.
The Democrats will say impacts the whole country because the fuel prices are crazy on that. But half of the country understands that country, Iran, is a terrorist organization, and half the country will not because they're empathetic.
Right.
Again, empathy is what kills rational
Right,
decision.
because you have no empathy.
You can't have rational decision when you're empathetic.
Yeah, and that's why you have none.
Right. Oh, I have none without doubt.
Okay. Dave, just out of curiosity, how was your event?
It was great. Ben Franklin called. He wanted to know.
God, the fucking Ben Franklin.
Would you rather go to A, riding cowboys, or
Ben Franklin.
or B,
Ben Franklin, a dumpy man. He couldn't ride he couldn't ride a horse. He was a big fat dumpy dude. He ain't riding horses.
or B, blonde Barbies? Which one, Steve? Riding cowboys or blonde Barbies?
He's riding the Barbies, man. He's Ben Franklin. He got struck by
He
lightning.
wants to know what you prefer.
I'm riding the Cowboys, baby.
What Steve prefers?
I'm riding the bull. Yeah. This is a copyright violation, by the way. You
No, it's
can't
not.
play. Yes,
It's a third party. It's a third party singing this.
You cannot play this on YouTube. It's a copyright violation.
So this isn't my music saved.
We're running live on you. Okay.
Spotify.
Actually,
I got this from Spotify.
hey, Dave's monetized, so it's not nice. Yeah, this is what you want. Yeah.
Bring it back.
This is what I listen to every night before I go to bed.
As you're walking into Provincetown.
Yeah. I'm in the parade.
Get ready.
I'm in the parade.
Yep. They're all the men are oiled up down the streets as you're walking down Main Street. Huh? It's raining.
That's what they're doing.
What?
As I'm walking down
As you're walking down, the guys
they're oiling them.
they're in thongs. All they have is a thong on, and they're all oiled up. P. Diddy is rubbing the oil all over him.
He's in jail.
You're coming, huh?
Isn't he in jail?
No, he's getting released early just for the party down in Provincetown. Oh, here's Steve's grand entrance.
And this is what I walk out to.
Yes.
And I'm the mayor.
Confetti and lube are being shot everywhere in the streets of Provincetown. Yeah.
Do you see what? Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see what you've done? You think this is appropriate? You think this is appropriate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hallelujah. It's rated men.
Thank God. Hallelujah.
Balls and wieners everywhere.
Steve Culley has arrived.
Balls and wieners. Let's go. Bring them on.
Build-A-Bear Culley has arrived.
Yes. Give me that lube.
Oh no!
No, please don't enter me.
I think I'm gonna have to cut the whole last part of this segment.
The Provincetown mayor is, as soon as you walk in, the first thing he says when you greet him is like, "Get off of me."
So wait a second.
Yeah.
The mayor is like this tough guy?
No, the mayor's a little guy, and you're squeezing on top of him.
He would be intimidated.
He wants you to get off him. No, he's not intimidated. He can't breathe.
Oh, yeah. He can't breathe. Okay, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Dave, you're all assholes. Dave, your hair looks like you were struck by lightning.
I probably was. I look like the guy from Back to the Future.
So I don't understand. Why did you just get back from Delaware now? I thought your thing was last night. You had the lunch and then you drove back, but don't you live close to Delaware?
I'm a couple hours away.
Oh, you're a couple hours away. Okay.
But the event was late. So.
Were you listening to "It's Raining Men" in the car? Is that on the playlist? It's not on the playlist.
It actually was like a tornado.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad here.
I drove through it.
Okay. Well,
it's too bad I have to cut out some of this segment because it's so bad that we might. But it was funny.
You're not going to have to cut out this. You can. It's live. There's nothing you can cut out.
Yeah, you can. You go in there and cut it out.
Okay. Well, I don't recommend it. So
what can I play?
You can't play third-party music. It's a copyright violation.
Spotify? I can't play anything on Spotify, even though I pay for Spotify?
No, Turtle Boy gets in trouble for it all the time. If he plays music.
Well, I got to have a
because Dave is monetized.
Yeah.
It's a copyright violation.
But
and you
I think they'll just it won't. Nothing will happen.
But
it's happened to Turtle Boy, and you have more subscribers than Turtle Boy. You've never gotten copyright violations?
Oh, I get it a lot, but they would just demonetize the episode is the worst.
Yes, that's what that's.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Dave.
Well, believe me, it only earns like 5 pennies anyway.
Yeah, right. I know, 6 viewers.
Yeah.
So if I don't understand then about on this copyright thing. If I get a third party that does it, like they do a cover song of it,
you have no. If you play like you played "It's Raining Men,"
yeah,
you would have to get a copyright notice of approval from the ladies that sing it.
Yeah, so many different people have sung it. What is whoever it is? I got to get a letter.
I'm telling you, Dave knows it's on the YouTube channel rules. If you're monetized, you cannot play musical content mainstream without approval.
That's crazy.
And the only reason I know that is because I love Aiden Kearney and Turtle Boy.
It's crazy.
All right. So Voice of Reason.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
Coach Schumann. Fuck you. Yeah. And Ben Franklin and the Gay Boys. And I'm going cowboy riding and Abe Lincoln.
You're going cowboy riding? What are you riding? A Clydesdale?
And Frank says I'm the mayor of Provincetown and they're going to throw grapes at me. So just a banner episode. Great job, guys.
I think we'll never get put on a regular media network just because of our outlandish comments.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Well, let's go. Hold on a second. Our outlandish comments. I don't believe I said on any outlandish comments. I believe there's 2 people who have said numerous outlandish comments.
I'm only telling the truth.
Oh, right. That's our
Like George
argument.
Washington.
Yes.
I cannot
yes.
tell a lie.
You cannot tell a lie.
No.
All right. That's great. That's great.
George Washington. George, what would you say to George Washington, Steve, if you met him?
Who are you?
What would I say to him? I'd say you were an average tactician as a general, but you were a good president. That's what I would say.
Because he lost so many battles?
Historians have said that he was a very average to poor general, but he was a good politician and leader.
Do you see who he was? Wait a minute. Did you see the forces that he was leading?
The farmers. I get it. The muskets.
Didn't have shoes.
He won the French and Indian War.
How do you outflank the British redcoats who have been trained for years when your guys don't have shoes?
But the war back then was just standing and line by line and firing at each other.
It wasn't. Okay. It wasn't. It was guerrilla warfare for them. They had to go in and out. They couldn't sit there and trade shots with the fucking redcoats.
In and out, huh? In and out. Okay.
There you go.
All right, Coach Human, you can go to bed. As you may be in bed right now. I'm not exactly sure. Voice of Reason. I'm Steve Culley, best podcast host in the universe. Remember, life gives you lemons, don't like lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them back at life, and I'm running for Congress. Brah! Boardwalk.